I want to shoot a video showing you guys two different Cayennes. We have the GTS model on the left and the turbo model on the right. Notice the headlights are different. Well, that's because the one on this side is a generation facelift 2 model, and this is the first gen. These were 2011 cars. They made them for a couple years and then they went to generation 2. I honestly prefer the older one. I think the lights look much better. They remind me of the Carrera GT lights in some shape or form. Also, the bumpers look better. You know, the GTS is going to have all the body kits. I think it doesn't look as aggressive. I mean, it may look okay, but I don't think it looks as good as the older one. Let's walk down to the back where you guys can see the difference. Oh, actually, let me show you guys the wheels first. So, mine obviously has custom wheels on it, and I'm getting ready to actually sell it. I don't ever drive this thing. As you notice, we make videos and this car's always at the shop just chilling. Let's go to the back. So let's compare a couple things. So the biggest difference is the taillight design. So the taillights on the older ones and the newer ones, this is the older light, this is the newer light. Slightly different. They're a little bit more narrow, and they have this little section here where on the older one they just flow like this. I like the newer style taillights much better than the older style, but the front of the cars, I like the older front. I think they look nicer. So as you can see, the sides, you know, they pretty much look the same. Look how aggressive these tires are. You see how they almost stick out? They're flush. That's how I ordered it. And these are sunk in. That's one thing Porsche can never get right, and other car manufacturers. They always have 10mm wheels that are completely sunk in. I mean, it's hard to see it on the camera, but they're sunk in. I mean, if we look from here, look at that, 10mm. Annoying. They should come stock already nice. The inside, it's pretty much identical. I'll show you. The only biggest difference is slight tweaking on the steering wheel. It's a little different. Here's mine inside. You can see the difference. The steering wheel is slightly different design, and interior wise, they are pretty much the same car. I'm not even going to open the GTS one because there's no point. This car has 50,000 miles. It's actually here for transmission failure. At least another shop diagnosed it as that, and they said that we should diagnose it for them because they weren't 100% sure. Well, I just drove the car and it actually sounds like a transfer case problem. As you can look at my other videos, I show transfer case issues with these sometimes. Once in a while they have problems. So the wheels, they don't look so good. The GTS model does have some pretty cool side skirts, which my turbo model does not. And the bumper on the facelift model, which is made to 2018, has a really nice looking back. Obviously we're not comparing the wheels apples to apples because these are stock. I don't like how those wheels look. Mine had the multi-spokes from the factory, and these are my wheels. They're pretty dirty. They're actually a bronze finish. They look more brownish on the camera. They really don't look like that. They're more like this color. So there you have it. Both nice Cayennes. You can't go wrong with either one of them. If you are looking for the biggest changes, notice the bumper. Notice how the bumper goes straight across both lights. This one kind of goes up a little bit with this hood design that looks like a 911 hood design. I love that hood design. On this one, it's just flat. Looks very basic. It just looks like a typical, you know, the lines just meet right there. On the older style, it's got a 911 look hood design. I like that a lot. I think Porsche really did a bad job with the hood design on this. It just looks too plain. I mean, look at this thing. It doesn't look good to me. Someone might be like, hey, that looks great to me, but it just looks cheap. I mean, comparing to the older look, I mean, that's an aggressive looking hood. That looks more like Porsche. So let's look underneath. So that's what it looks like from the bottom. See if we can get the brightness to go up a little bit. There we go. And those are not my oil leaks right there. That was just an Audi there. Audis normally leak oil, so. Okay, let's go down here. So that's what they look like from underneath. Painted bottoms. Both have the painted rock guards. Of course, this model, which is the GTS model, is much slower than the turbo model. So it's also not a very fair comparison. The biggest difference is pretty much a GTS is a Cayenne S with a body kit and with like a few additional horsepower increase. Not much. You know, you got the tow hitch deal here. I opted out of the tow hitch. I don't have one. I'm not thinking about doing any kind of boat pulling, so I didn't really need one. That could be installed at any time. So there you have it, folks. A turbo versus GTS. Somebody asked me to make this video, so I have a few minutes here, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a video explaining the two, and pretty much just did. And that's how they look. Both gorgeous vehicles. Notice the back section too. If you compare this to that, this is more aggressive. So as you can see why they went kind of backwards. I mean, this does not look aggressive. I mean, this looks really cheap. So some of the things look better, like the taillights and the rear bumper. Rear bumper with the pipes. I mean, that looks really clean. But the front end, the rear spoiler, I don't like how that looks. So you're making a decision, trying to figure out which one to buy. If you can afford it, get the turbo model. They are way better cars. They have 100 more horsepower than the GTS. And oh man, you do feel that. So I'm all about turbo cars. Here's one where we have the engine out of this one, so it's here chilling in the back. But as you can see, we have like 3 more turbos inside. Anyways, hope this video helped somebody. We'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.